All right. This is TD Fins Talk. Glad you're tuning in, guys. Today, I am going to cover so much information because I am going to make one video covering a lot of things, guys. I'm sorry I didn't make the video yesterday. My 9-month-old has a respiratory infection, so we've been dealing with that. But he's all good, and he's going to be perfectly fine. But I'm going to go ahead and get into it. The most beautiful thing is the simple fact that we got a W on Sunday, so things are looking up. We couldn't go nowhere but up, and that's a positive for the Miami Dolphins. But we're going to talk about it, guys. We're going to discuss Victory Monday. We're going to finish out the 5th installment of the mid-season series, so it'll be the last installment. I wanted this game to take place so that they could sum it all up, and then we're going to go into basically the overall status of the team as a whole, guys. So let's dive right in and let's talk about yesterday before we go into the mid-season review, guys. Beautiful job on the defense, okay? On the offensive end of the ball, I have, and some of y'all may disagree, I only have one MVP on offense yesterday. One MVP on offense yesterday, y'all. Y'all, who y'all think that MVP is? Who do y'all think that MVP is, okay? Let me give you 3 seconds before I give it to you. I bet you it's somebody none of y'all thought about. Because you probably said, which receiver balled out? Well, none, really. Did the quarterback ball out? No, he didn't. You know, did the tight ends ball out? No, they didn't. Who could it be? It couldn't have been the offensive line. We had all kind of injuries. Wrong. It's not the entire offensive line, but it is one individual on the offensive line who has time in and time out proven his value, and it's starting to show even more now. It's starting to show more now that Laramie Tunsil is coming along and living up to being a first-round pick, ladies and gentlemen. Laramie Tunsil was the only bright part of our offense yesterday. Only bright part. If I'm missing something, y'all tell me in the comment section, but I'm probably going to argue it. That is the only bright spot in our offensive line, on our whole offense yesterday. Laramie Tunsil. Shout out to you, Laramie Tunsil, for holding it down, doing your job, making sure that you hold down your end to try to give the quarterback more time, okay? We have reports, Laramie Tunsil banged up. He's out, X, Y, and Z. Laramie Tunsil has been huge for us, y'all. I'm going to be honest, I wonder what these injuries are going to do coming into next week. Well, like, what are the impacts they're going to have? And we're going to talk about that throughout the week. I'm going to give y'all live updates, try to bring them to y'all. They give me my live stream back soon, so y'all going to get a lot more live updates, no matter where I am. I might be at football practice with my sons. Why not? I can go live now. I can give my take on this, that, and it'll actually help me get release a lot more content. Because right now, since I don't have my live stream, I'm kind of limited to making videos, trying to do it at home. Even if I do it on the road, I do it in the car, and then I have to wait to get home to do the editing, all of that stuff. No more, guys. We're about to have live back on, and we're going to enjoy this channel so much more. I've been waiting on this. I learned my lesson. No more live streaming showing the game. Hopefully y'all can respect that. But Laramie Tunsil has been a constant for us. He's been getting dinged up and banged up, though. He's been getting dinged and banged up, but it shows his value when he goes out of the game, how boo-boo trash that offensive line is, his replacement. Yesterday, Juwan James even had to go out. His replacement, boo-boo trash. It was bad, y'all. But once again, shout out to Laramie Tunsil, the only offensive player that gets offensive player today, in my opinion, okay? Sticking on with offense. Sticking with offense, guys. It was abysmal yesterday. Here we are, Victory Monday. We supposed to be like, they did this, they did that, abysmal. Ridiculous. Couldn't do anything. But, let's be fair. If you saw any other mid-season series, go check out episode 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's proving what I've been saying all this time. It's attributables, guys. Offense looked terrible. Brock is who I've been saying he is. A good backup quarterback that can replace your starter for about 2 to 3 games. And possibly get 1 or 2 of those games on average. Brock is the type of quarterback, he's going to help you win 40% of your games. If he had to start 17 games, 16 games, I am telling you, Brock is going to win you 6.5 to 7 games. And not because of Brock, but he can put some runs together where he manages the game well to where he's not the liability. And this is a segue in the offense. I mean, this goes into the offense a little more, guys. You noticed one thing yesterday, and this one thing was the reason we won the game. I'm not talking about defense. We'll get on that because they balled out too. But the biggest factor of us winning that game yesterday, the number 0. Guess what that 0 represents, y'all? Let me give y'all 3 seconds to see if y'all up to date, man. If y'all in tune. See if you got the same answer. 0 turnovers. 0 turnovers. We still had penalties. We're killing us. 3rd and 13s all over the place. But 0 turnovers. That's the biggest factor in why we won the game. Because the defense could have still played as well as it played. All it took was 1 pick 6. All it took was 1 fumble 6. We might have not gotten that that W yesterday. All it takes is 1. Guess what? Didn't we get a pick 6? Without that pick 6, would we have even scored a touchdown? Y'all see what I'm saying here? Come on, man. Without that, we might have not even gotten a touchdown. That's the reality. Turnovers. And that's why Brock can probably win you 6 to 7 games if he was a starter. But I told you Brock is as good as coming in, replacing for 2 to 3 games and trying to maybe get 2 of them. He might have the plus into his stats. But he'll at least get you 1 out of those 3. The problem is, we expected him to come in 2 or 3 games, but that's turning into 4 or 5, maybe 6, maybe 7 now. And that's not good, but I'm happy that Brock is, if I'm not mistaken, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, is he 2 and 3 now? 2 and 3 maybe? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Say Brock is, and let me know what his record is. Because I don't feel like looking it up right now. It's going to waste my time. But that's what he's good for, y'all. But he's not a starting quarterback. He is not the quarterback to take your team where you need to the playoffs. At all. Even yesterday, our offense looking abysmal. The reality is there were 2 common factors. Offensive line and quarterback play yesterday killed us. I can't put it on the receivers. I saw somebody yesterday, Devontae Parker got to catch that ball. Running full speed, having to reach back, it ain't guaranteed. I'm with you. Hey, you got to catch that ball regardless. But let's be honest on who that's on. Brock need to learn how to hit his receivers on the run. Every completion he has is the only time it's accurate, right on the money, if a receiver's running and he turns around and sits in the defense. Bam. Anything on the run, there is no arms extended to get. Never. And that's not good. That kills our yards after the catch. And don't get me wrong, if you go look at stats, Brock might have good yards after the catch. But no, not because of his normal throwing. It's because of one game versus the Chicago Bears. He threw 3 bubble screens to Albert Wilson and went for touchdowns. 60, 70 yards each. That sure can pad your stats to make it seem like you're a great quarterback that leads the receiver run after catch. That's false. That's his biggest issue. Not leading the pass on the go. That's why these guys are having to turn around to catch it. Running this way, having to go like this. Running this way, and anytime he tries, it's overthrown by far. That's a fact, y'all. Offense was terrible. It's easy for me to say, well, I give Brock a pass because, the offensive line was terrible. Early in that game, the offensive line was holding it down. Facts. They were blocking. Brock was back there with time. There was times Brock was back there for 3 seconds. He saw the pressure. He stepped up, but he didn't go back at it like this. He literally stepped up and went into the defender and backed into. I was like, I don't know what he's doing. What's going on? What kind of look do you have there? And finally yesterday, he finally used his legs on one play. Finally, when he could be doing that all the time. Brock be having all day, and when he collapsed, all he got to do is step up. Nobody in the vicinity. He had to go get 6 yards. He got 5.5. Missed the first down, but I like what I saw when he did that. And he needs to learn how to do that a lot more. And I'm talking about this right now because it looks like we might have him for another 2 games. We might have him against Green Bay. We might have him in the next game before the bye. And I personally feel like Tannehill will be back after the bye. And all we need is Brock to get us another W. And when Tannehill comes back, I think we might be okay. But we need to talk about this offensive line. People banged up everywhere, man. I have to go look at the updates, but we got to check on Juwan James. We got to make sure Laramie Tunsil may be okay. It's gotten crazy. Got to make sure Jesse Davis is all right. Because that offensive line, believe it or not, they were getting better. Everybody remember the New England game? Trash. The fresh new, you got 2 new additions. Got exposed. Next game, wasn't good. Following game, we got it. We beat the Bears. Next game, they looking a little better. But play calling ain't being consistent. And then they start getting better and better. And offensive line, I thought, was at a level of about a 7 after the injuries. The way they came out after those 2 big injuries early in the season, they were playing 4 and 5 level football. And they've actually elevated their game and their play to like a 7. And all we need these guys to be is a 7.5 to an 8, and we're good. So I've always said that this is a plus for the Miami Dolphins, that even though we got replacements on the O-line, it's going to get better because they're getting better. But now we have to evaluate these other injuries. Are they long-term? Will these guys be active next week and play? What's going on? Or are we back to square one trying to find a replacement and hoping to get them gelling? That would be a huge blow for us. Hopefully Juwan James will be okay. I already know what some reports are, but I'm just waiting on the final. Accurate final. Jesse Davis, if he's okay. Laramie Tunsil been getting banged up a little, but been playing, balling out. Is he okay? We need to know exactly where we are, but we will get answers today on Tuesday. So hopefully later tonight or tomorrow morning, I'll be able to give you accurate updates on these injuries, guys. But the offense did not look good. We didn't move the ball. We didn't have great play calling. We were overthrowing. We were underthrowing the ball. We're running the ball. At first we actually were running the ball decent. It's just weren't consistent with it. Then the injuries took place and it got even worse. Oh man, what a terrible game on offense yesterday, y'all. It was terrible. On a Victory Monday, we talk about how the offense was terrible. But that leads us to the next point. The beautiful part of the football. The defense showed up. Not only did they show up, but I like to say that they were being somewhat dominant. And here's why. They were actually stopping the run game. They ran the ball a little, but they stopped it so that it wouldn't become a consistent trend. They stopped it enough where they did not allow it to become consistent. Spence was balling out in the interior middle, which was a beautiful sight to see. Another beautiful sight to see was Andre Branch on the ends, actually applying pressure and making huge tackles. Guys, those were bright spots yesterday. We even seen Jerome Baker on the field making plays. Kiko Alonso helping with the run game. The corners playing as best as they could yesterday. And as far as the MVP, guys, I just got to say, give it what it is. Listen, the MVP award for me on defense, and forgive me for not giving it to a player, but I give it to Matt Burke. I give it to Matt Burke. We were talking about this man all last week because of that ridiculous performance. But at the end of the day, there's 2 sides to every story. Is everybody executing his game plan? And that's what it comes down to. If these guys are executing the game plan and we're getting our behind kicked, then it's on the personnel. No, it's on the coaches if they're executing it and we're getting our behind kicked. But if he's giving a game plan and people aren't executing it, that ain't on him. But yesterday showed me we can get it done. And he knows how to make the adjustments to get it done. The team answers his own questions all the time. A lot of speculations and things like that. But Matt Burke, you get the MVP from me yesterday, man, because we were dogging you all week. And at the end of the day, you came out and you showed the impact that you can have on the defense. And that leads us to another topic. What is going on with Rashad Jones, y'all? I'm hearing all these ridiculous speculations. Something's not adding up. And we need the truth. Something not adding up. Let me tell y'all why. Rashad Jones goes ghost in the game. He's on the sideline. All these speculations about he got benched. Why in the heck would you bench Rashad Jones? People saying, well, he was freelancing on the team and not doing what the coach told him to do. Okay, if you're freelancing, good job to the coach. Making a statement. Run my system. If it don't work, they blame me, the coach. But it ain't up to you to make that change. It's up to you to do your job. At first, I was like, If he just benched Rashad Jones for no reason just because they argued, then Matt Burke got to go. Your best player on defense, you benched just because y'all getting an argument? Because at first people were like he was arguing with coaches, so they benched him. Then they were saying he was freelancing, and that's why they were arguing. Makes sense. Coach straighten him out. You're a Pro Bowler. We ain't got time for this. You're supposed to be a leader. But one thing you can't be doing is that. Freelancing. Doing what you want to do versus doing your job. Exposing other spots. And then next thing you know, we're conflicted. Was it an argument that benched him or was he freelancing? We don't know. Gates comes out after the game. Rashad Jones took himself out. What? What's going on? What do you mean by took himself out? Is that code for it? I mean, does that mean he took himself out like I'm tired, so I'm taking myself out, or I'm injured, I'm taking myself out, or I'm not feeling it today and I think this guy can do better, so I'm taking myself out? Or did he get benched for freelancing and Gates and them are calling it he took himself out, as in I didn't want to take him out the game, but he's freelancing. Him choosing to freelance is taking him choosing to be out the game. So he chose to be out the game. If he does what we tell him to do, then he's choosing to be in the game. I don't know if that was code for that, or if he literally took himself out like I'm not playing. I'm sick of this mess. I don't know. We need some answers. And then a beat writer came out and was like, something is up. Because Rashad Jones has never missed an interview since he's been in Miami. In the years he's been in Miami, never missed an interview, and he declined the interview. The normal post-game interview. At the locker or whatever. The first time being a Miami Dolphins, something ain't right. Something going on. I want to hear the accurate details on what's going on. Is the coaching staff a problem towards Rashad, or is Rashad being a problem towards the team? Gates just comes out, he took himself out. You ain't telling us nothing. We need to know. We want to know. We want to know if y'all tripping or he tripping. Because we want to know long term how this is going to work for our team. That's not cool. They keeping it in-house, but more will come out. That's a fact. Something like this, more will come out. Well, see, what's crazy is the benefit they have is the fact that we won. So they can try to mask the whole situation, whatever it is. Because if we lost, everybody will be asking the questions. And heavy, too. Heavy. But since we won, it kind of is like, okay. But I'm telling y'all, how many picks we get? 4 picks? 4 picks? Again, special teams, Jason Sanders. Shout out to you, another player of the game. Offense, Laramie Tunsil. Special teams, Jason Sanders. Defense, Matt Burke. They get the award for the week, guys. Y'all tell me who y'all would give the awards to. Defense, offense, special teams. Let me know in the comment section who would you give the awards to for against the Jets. And we swept them. That's beautiful. We swept them. We have to do the same thing with Buffalo, y'all. Same thing. And if you don't think we can, you tripping. We got to do the same thing with Buffalo. We swept them, man. We swept the Jets. You know how we don't do that often. We swept them. Buffalo's time. We got to do the same thing. Buffalo sweep is going to put us in the playoffs. Thanks, man. But that's where it is on the offensive, defensive players of the game and the special team players of the game. Guys, going forward, we got a lot of questions to answer. The offense got to get it together. Okay? We might have players like Kenny Stills back. We might have some guys coming off of these injury bugs. But at the end of the day, the real question is Ryan Tannehill, when he will be coming back, guys. That's going to be what matters. And I keep telling y'all, I told y'all during the live stream, I told you during the rest of the series, I mean, the league, the NFL itself keep proving why you don't get rid of Tannehill and go in the draft and get a quarterback. Why? So we can be playing the Jets and have 4 picks like Sam Darnold had on us? Come on, y'all. Come on. We're going to be a smart team, and we're going to do this the right way. I'm not going to talk all in deep in about it because hopefully you checked out the rest of the series. I lay it all out. The plan that we need to take. I lay it all out, guys. Going forward, the current state of this team, guys, it doesn't change. We are beat up more so on offense now. Defense looked great. I like the adjustments that we made. First half, we played zone. I don't like when we play zone, but it maintained. They came out, changed their game plan. They attacked the zone. At first, they were looking good, and Burt got us out of that again and went to another set. Mid-game adjustments is what it's all about. Mid-game adjustments. Adam Gase, terrible play calling. He continues to expose Brock Osweiler. He continues to believe in Brock Osweiler, thinking that he can open the playbook for Osweiler. And every time he opened it up, he remembers he needs to shut it and keep peeking. Every time. Deep balls. We had at least 2 yesterday that we could have converted for touchdowns. Opportunities blown. Big time second downs blown. I'm telling you, our offense was abysmal. They need to fix it quick. I don't like our offense looking that way going into Green Bay. Our offense looking the way it did going into Green Bay. And I'm sorry, I said we'll be getting Kenny Stills back. We got Kenny Stills back. So very subpar day. Think about 30 yards, maybe even less. Was a non-factor, but a lot of it hinged on the simple fact that we couldn't pass the ball accurately when our line was blocking. And then when our line wasn't blocking anymore because we had some injuries, shifting players in and out, then Osweiler didn't even have time to throw. This is proof as well. Proof as well. When a quarterback doesn't have time to throw the ball, especially with a quarterback like Osweiler, it doesn't do anything but get even worse. Just terrible. But what's promising going into Green Bay is our defense. If our defense can resemble 75% of what they put together against the Jets, we might still have a chance. Because I don't think it's possible, even with the weak offensive line, for us to do any worse than we did yesterday on offense, on Sunday. I mean, I guess it is because part of the game we had some of the starters in, but still, we got to do better. We got to do better. Green Bay ain't got a great defense. They do not. But the way our offenses is looking, they're making the other team's defenses look great. We got to have more offense. We needed a score from the defense. It was a beautiful sight seeing what we saw from the defense, guys. That's a fact. Okay? So going forward, we need to continue to get healthy and take it one game at a time. The Green Bay's game is going to be tough. Most are going to predict that. No, everyone's going to predict that we lose that game. Even if you're a Dolphin fan, you have reservations about it, especially what you saw on offense this week from the team. These are the facts, guys. It's just the facts. I don't want to go 5-5, but I tell you this: If the Dolphins can find a way to get us to 6-4, beating Green Bay, if the Dolphins can find a way, and I'm not saying they can't. Y'all know they surprised us, man. They've been shocking us. They've been doing some good things. If they can find a way to get us to 6-4, we're money. We're money. I don't care what nobody say. We go 6-4, we are money. We are money. We will beat the Colts. We will be money. We will beat the Colts. 7-4. Going into a bye. Getting people healthy. Bodies rested. Coming out energized. Energized. Hello, Buffalo. I don't know if it's Buffalo or Minnesota, but I think it's Buffalo. But hello, Buffalo. Division game. Buffalo looking like trash. If we can beat Green Bay, I'm telling you, the way the schedule's set up, Buffalo's done. 8-4. 8-4, y'all. That's Ryan Tannehill coming back, getting that victory. 8-4. We can do it. Then we got the Patriots. It's either flip-flop. Buffalo or the Patriots, one of the two in there. I think the Patriots then. In Miami, 8-4. I'm not going to sit here and say it's a victory, but y'all know we playing well. We got a chance. But either way, win or lose, the worst case we leave that day is 8-5. That's winning. 8-5 will be in the playoffs at the moment. If at that week, even if we lose to Green Bay or the Patriots, 8-5 will be playoff seed. Wild card, but playoff seed. Then we got Minnesota. A winnable game. Tough because their receiving core is playing well, but our defense, if we can continue to play well, man, gotta watch out for A. Thielen because he is balling. That'll be a tough game, but who knows? Let's even say worst case scenario 8-6. We're still probably wild card at that point. 8-6 is wild card. It's wild card at that point. Then Jacksonville, we better beat Jacksonville. 9-5, not even 9-5. Ain't even gonna talk about it. 9-6, worse, whatever. Then we end the season out with Buffalo again. We need to sweep them like the Jets. 10-6, 11-5. It's all possible. It starts with Green Bay, y'all. It starts with Green Bay. Defense is coming in on a hot streak. I like that. Offense, we got to get together this week. We got to get it together. We got to see what Gase is going to do on offense. Man, we keep talking all season. All season we keep talking about, all right, this is the game if we get over this hump. The Patriots game if we get over this hump. You know, the Bears put us back in contention. Then we were sitting there talking about which game was that we're talking about? The Houston game. If we can get this one, man. 5-3? Oh, man, that would be beautiful. Couldn't do it. That's 2 hump weeks we couldn't do. Jets wouldn't have hump week. I know it was 4-4. You didn't want to go 4-5, but it was just a must-win division game. We better win that game. But now we've gotten to the point again where 5-4, another hump week. Are the Dolphins good enough to go 6-5 and be in a real positive of the season? I already know people in the comment section. I'm going to read it later today. They're going to be like, man, we going to get killed by Green Bay. Dolphins the same as always. X, Y, and Z. Hey, we're 0-2 on the hump games. Getting over the hump. We can get one. And we're going to start with the Green Bay. TD said it first, man. We're going to get this W. We are going to beat the Green Bay Packers, y'all. But it also starts with every single one of y'all having the faith. Believing that we're going to beat them. Victory freaking Monday. It wasn't much in that game to be excited about other than the defense and that we got the W, which is, whoa, amazing. Relifted our spirits in our season. But you know what will make it crazy? Beating Green Bay and looking at the next 4 games? Come on, y'all. The next 3. Come on. Come on. The Colts. The next 3 weeks is beautiful. Colts, bye, and maybe Buffalo. think it's Buffalo or the Patriots. I think it's Buffalo. So that'd be crazy to play every division team twice before we even play one of them. Buffalo once. So I think it's Buffalo before the Patriots game. But 3 weeks. 3 weeks, y'all. Green Bay, Colts, bye. And we fresh, rested, a little bit healthier, going into Buffalo, playing Buffalo. They come to Miami, by the way. It's on the road. They're on the road in Miami. In Miami. And by that time, it'll be real cold where they are. And they coming down in the sun. Thinking, yeah, we get to get out of that cold until they start breathing hard and start getting tired. Y'all got to look at the outlook. We got a good opportunity here. But it starts with Green Bay. We got an opportunity, but even if we lose to Green Bay. But do you know how huge this would be? It puts us ahead of the freaking sticks. Just like when I say run the ball. Frank Gore averaging almost 5 yards a carry. And we ain't consistent running the ball. 4 yards is keeping it ahead of the sticks per carry. And that's what we need our record to be. Ahead of the sticks, y'all. We got a huge opportunity. We got to take care of this opportunity and take advantage of it. Facts. That's our victory Monday, y'all. That's our victory Monday. That's the state of our team right now. That is the state of our team. Still so many things that need to be answered. We didn't even talk about Devontae Parker. I think he got targeted like once or twice in the game. That behind the back throw, that was a big highlight of the game because it was a huge down. We had a little momentum, ran the ball a little, good pass. We missed that one, and that's all on Osweiler. But Tannehill keeps that kind of rhythm going. In a game like yesterday is when Tannehill is at his best. Defense playing great, even if we're stalling here and there. Tannehill could have moved the ball a lot better because we had too many overthrown, underthrown balls. Tannehill wouldn't even have to have been great in that game. Tannehill could have been Osweiler in that game, but the difference is he's Tannehill and would have been a little bit more accurate early on when the line was blocking. The way they were playing defense, we should have had at least a touchdown or two. We didn't have one on offense. Unacceptable, y'all. Unacceptable. We gotta do better. We gotta do better, y'all. At the end of the day, we have to put in. You know, the only bright thing for me that's really, it's actually a bright thing for the season, and it's actually a bad thing, but it's bright to me because we have a higher ceiling than what we are right now. We have yet to put a full game together. We have never put a full game together. Even the Bears game was not a full game. Halftime was 7-0, and that 7 came early on our second drive and didn't do anything else for the rest of the half. We haven't put a full game together yet. In 5 W's, no game we played more than half of the game executing. Haven't yet. Does this team have it in them? I think so. Now, the offensive line does hurt that with injuries, but let's see what we go into Green Bay with. This, man, in Green Bay, it's a must-win. Because if they lose to the Dolphins, they may not even make the playoffs at all. Look at the opportunity we have. We need to stop giving other people opportunities. We won't, even though the Titans was on a winning streak, if we were to beat the Titans, it would have really crushed their forecast. Now look at them. On a roll. On a roll, y'all. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. We got to do better, man. We got to be more consistent. Period. That's not become the team that springs everybody else forward. Start with Green Bay. That's not be the team that changed their season, bringing them into the playoffs. No. We can't do it, y'all. We can't do it. I'm going to be honest with y'all on a personal level. This is the scary part of the season. We can either be or we cannot be. We can either do it or we don't do it. Scary part of the season. The next 3 games decide the season. It does. Scary part is we got to go 2-1 in the next 3. Facts. We got to go 2-1 in the next 3. Green Bay, Colts, and I believe it's Buffalo. Man, we gonna get that Buffalo. We gonna get the Buffalo. And we should have a great chance of getting the Colts. But man, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna tell you now, we beat Green Bay. Man. And I'm gonna be honest, it's wishful thinking. I know some of y'all in the back of y'all mind, y'all like, man, if we beat Green Bay, that would be nice. Y'all gotta admit it. And then the rest of y'all, but it's not gonna happen. Hey man, it starts with us. We gotta have faith, y'all. Let's see what our team can put together. I already know you're down after seeing the offensive performance that we just had in the W. But remember, the key word is we had that offensive performance and got a W out of it. Our offense has to be better. They will be better. Hopefully, and I think Gase just needs to change one thing. Stop opening up the playbook for Osweiler. Stop throwing passes 30 yards down the field. Stop. Just stop. Manage the game. I know we've complained for years about your dinking and dunking. Please do it. Bubble screen, dink, dunk, halfback draws, run it up the middle, power runs, sweeps, jet sweeps, maybe even a little wildcat. Stay consistent with it though. Maybe a few plays where you're hitting some mid-range passes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 yards. Not too many 11, 12 yard ones, but just a few. And stay consistent with it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But what we don't want you to do is throwing deep balls and you are wasting plays. You are wasting plays. Now, the deep down inside, I just hope that next week you throw a whole bunch of deep balls and you prove me wrong. So, because TD will be so happy that I'll be on the channel like, I was totally wrong. Gase opened up the playbook. Osweiler was throwing it here and there. But come on, y'all. All I have to go off of is what I've seen in 5 freaking weeks now. 5 weeks. I don't think this man converted not one deep ball. And I'm going to say he converted one just because I don't remember. And y'all might be like, well, he did hit this person there. I don't remember not one. And I already know some people that don't know football. Albert Wilson had like 3 60-yard plays. Throwing it 1 yard in the flat for a bubble screen and then going the rest of the way ain't no 60-yard bomb. Ain't no 30-yard bomb, 40-yard bomb. I don't remember one play in 5 games where Brock Osweiler completed a pass over 30 or 40 yards. And I'm not talking, and of course it's going to show up in the stats if he throw a bubble screen and it goes 60. Osweiler completed pass for 60 yards. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's not be ridiculous in our minds, okay? 5 games. I don't remember one. And again, I'm going to give him 3, matter of fact. Let's say he did 3 in 5 games. I don't remember one. With the assumption that he's had 3. And I don't think so. 5 games. Abandon it by now. On Sunday, we at least tried it 4 times. All a waste. And forget the 4 times, we probably tried it 10 times. The other 6 that weren't thrown, he was back there looking for it, and it was so covered that it was like, nothing, sack. Or, nothing, let me get out of here and throw it away. Gase is probably wasting 20% of our plays on something that just ain't gonna be there. Because some of those times it was there. But the man overthrew by 8, 9 feet. Scrap it. When Tannehill comes back, put a big smile on your face, Gase, and open it up. But right now, scrap it. We already know what works for this man. We know what works. Dink, dunk. 7, 8, 9, 10, a possible 11, 12-yard passes. Halfback draw, bubble screen, jet sweeps, sweeps. If you want to change anything with Osweiler, keep all that the same. Just change one thing. Tell him to run the freaking ball when the pocket collapses and ain't nobody in front of him. Pick up the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus yards in some cases. That's the only thing I want you to change and tell him to do. Only thing. But stop opening up that playbook. Have you an Osweiler playbook. I don't care if it's 10% of your playbook. Have you an Osweiler playbook that nothing in there is past 12 yards. Nothing. 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 I don't care if they blitz in the line and they sending 11 people on a blitz and you got one receiver to the right, wide open. Don't even let him throw that 13 yards for the touchdown going down the field. Tell him throw it right away. A one-man bubble screen. Treat it just like that. Don't have this man throwing that ball like he freaking Marino. Better yet, like he Tannehill. That's what we need to do on offense. Stick to what we know. Stick to what can work. Don't waste plays on what can't work. We could have ran the ball and got half a yard. I would have rather that. And chances are we might have picked up 4 or 5 or 6 yards in the run. All those deep ball play actions, no more. Hand the doggone ball off. Hand it off. No more deep play action. Only play action I want to see is play action comeback routes. On the sideline, he done ran 20 yards, coming back another 8 yards and catching it for a 12-yard completion out of bounds or something like that. The only play action I want to see. Comeback routes. Am I off here? Do y'all not agree? Have y'all not been watching the same football? That's something to consider. How many plays a game? Because if you haven't concluded at this point, I don't care what he did in Houston with Denver and all that. He can throw a deep ball. He just ain't got the chemistry right now. Let's call a spade a spade. You're not going to have the chemistry because you came in at the middle. You're not going to have a chemistry because you were working with these receivers. Now it's those receivers. You're not going to have a chemistry because we keep flip-flopping receivers. And regardless, you're still just not getting it done anyway. I named the excuses first, but forget the excuses. You're not getting it done anyway. On a big-time level, nothing, not faulting you for that. We already know what you are, but we treating you as if you're not. We're treating you as if you're more. It's not an insult to Brock. But we have to be honest with him and ourselves. Cannot do that anymore. Call the right game plan. By now we should know we do not need to rely on Brock or even attempt to throw deep balls. We need to just make that a bylaw. Just something in stone right now. I don't care if the owner needs to come and be like, don't let Osweiler throw past 13 yards or you fire. I don't know. We need to do something that puts that in stone. Because if we put that in stone, that's going to earn us 10 more plays every game. 10 more chances to run the ball. 10 more chances to do something that he does well. We're losing. That's what y'all got to consider. It's not the incompletion that matters. It's that when he's doing it on such a consistent basis, overthrowing deep balls, underthrowing deep balls for the pick, or anything on a consistent, when he's doing that on a consistent basis, you have to scrap it. Because it ain't about what he's doing wrong and being disappointed. It's about the plays that we're losing, that you already know. By now, it should be concluded he is not reliable down the field. So why are we still going out wasting plays? That's what it's about, wasted opportunities. Every time he drop back and I see him go deep, I just go like this. What's about to happen? And the first thing I see is our receiver. When the cameras start moving and that ball start going in the air, and you watching the TV, and they start going towards the receiver that's supposed to be catching it, first thing I always see is the receiver. And this is my facial expression most of the time. I'm watching the play. He's in play action. All right, he's back to pass. Ball is in the air. I see the receiver. Wide open. Ah! I get happy. Then all of a sudden, I don't start shouting. I don't start, oh, what is he doing? I just say, what do you expect? Come on, what do you expect? It was a deep ball. Receiver actually got separation, wide open. What do you expect? I can't get mad at Osweiler. We already know this. But for some freaking reason, the coaches act like they don't know. The coaches act like they don't know. Forget him overthrowing it. Forget him underthrowing it. I'm not mad about that. Well, TD, you should be mad about it. Those could be touchdowns. No, he can't. Because he can't. I can't get mad about something that he can't do. I can't. It's not in him. So cut that out. I'm not mad at him. I'm mad at, y'all, come on. That's like me telling my 9-year-old, I need you to catch this ball and run down there for a touchdown. He trying to learn how to walk, but he can't yet. That's like me getting 5 chances to win $1 million if I can get my 5-year-old to go get a touchdown. That's like me every time throwing him the ball. Instead of putting it in his hand and maybe he could crawl with it. Being smart and efficient. Why am I going to keep on tossing it and he like, and now he crying? Why am I going to keep throwing it to him? Knowing that he ain't finna be, thank you, Daddy. And not talking like that yet, but, What, is he supposed to just be able to do it? No, we already know he can't. So why am I going to waste 5 plays throwing it? I'm going to get smart. He can hold the ball. Let me hand it to him. He has it. Maybe I can do something to get him to just crawl down that way. Does that make sense? Like, am I losing my mind here? Yeah, but TD, this is the NFL. You still got to take those shots. You still got to. When does it become insanity? I know every single one of y'all know the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different result. It's insanity. When do we call it insanity? When? And I think one deep ball is coming to my mind right now, maybe in the Texans game. It was during trash time. It was like a 30-yard pass. Maybe. I'm even vague on maybe. I think he did one in that game. In trash time. I don't know. But when does it become insanity, y'all? Our offense looked abysmal. Yeah, our offensive line is having issues, but I can only judge right now. I can only judge when the first half was here and our offensive line was actually playing well. Go back and look at the film. Were they playing elite? No. But they were playing well enough to win and us to move the ball and us to get a score. Our flaws were happening on overthrows or underthrows. Yeah, some penalties. Still got to escape that bug. But we still left points out on the field, opportunities out on the field. And a lot of it came from Brock. I didn't see receivers just dropping balls and stuff like that. I didn't see that. A lot of times, if it hit their hand, they caught it. But come on, man. We got to stop with this insanity, man. This ridiculousness. Adam Gase should not let him throw that ball far, and that's actually going to help the offense because now you put better use to plays that was a waste anyway. That's all I'm saying, y'all. So at the end of the day, in order for us to do what we need to do to make this splash going forward, we can make it, but we have to play better on offense. And I'm telling y'all now, that's where it starts. We got to fix this offensive line issue with these injuries and see where we are later in the week. But besides that, we have to have to put the players in a great position. Think about Osweiler's best game, the one that got most of y'all all riled up anyway, talking about get rid of Tannehill and let's go with Brock. Ridiculousness. The one that got y'all with the ridiculousness. Y'all fail to realize what happened in that game. Adam Gates was giving them bubble screens and short passes for the first 2.5 quarters. And then we were killing them. And running the ball very well, might I add. And we were killing them. And then he started completing the 13 to 15-yard passes. Still no deep balls. Still no bombs now. But then he was actually completing some 13 and 14, 15-yard passes. Passes in the middle. Only because we were opening up the outside where they had to play it, and now we will find somebody 9 yards in the middle going across. Come on, man. Y'all got high and mighty on Osweiler, and I'm not y'all may thinking that I'm attacking Osweiler right now. I'm actually attacking the coaches for not putting him in a great position. They're putting more, they're making him more than what he is. They're trying to make him more than what he is. And the problem with that is it takes him out of his comfort zone. It takes him out of the things that he does very, very well. And then he starts looking like boo-boo trash. It's not on Osweiler, it's the coaches. Yeah, I mean, it is a knock on Osweiler that he can't get those things done. But hey, I ain't going to keep knocking the man. It is what it is. You can either do it or you can't. And he can't. So I'm not going to sit here and trip on you like, oh, you can't. Hey, we know this. But you who we got, and we're going to go with your strength. And that's what it's about. We have to be able to do those things, guys. Osweiler got maybe like 2 more games, man, to start. We need him to go 1-1. Green Bay and Colts. He probably going to play both games. Green Bay and Colts. We need him to go 1-1, y'all. Take it into the bye. And you would have done your job for the season. Is get us a couple wins. Please. Take us into the bye, Brock. Get us a W. 1-1. 2-0, man, salute to you. Salute to you, Brock. 2-0. If you can go 2-0 in these 2 games, salute to you, sir. Salute. But we got to stop the insanity, y'all. We got to stop the insanity. Defensively, again, I hate seeing Minkah Fitzpatrick at the safety. Just calling it what it is. I love seeing him in the nickel. Yeah, we looked better yesterday, and I don't want y'all to think, well, Minkah was in the safety when we looked better. Now, we were looking better even when Rashad Jones was in the game. We were just looking better, period. We were looking better, period. Okay? But there's a lot more that will come out this week, and you're going to hear from TD Fans Talk. I'm going to give y'all everything I got this week on this information that's going to come out. Man, I'm starting, I ain't going to say I was getting down. I'm starting to get like this renewed excitement because, you know what? I'm getting excited, and here's why. Y'all also have to consider we're 5-4 above 500, and we know we're not healthy. We know we've sustained more injuries than any team in this NFL. Think about all the years where we've been 4-6, 4-5 right now, and we ain't even have injuries. We ain't had nowhere. We might have lost 1 person or 2 people, but we've had nowhere these kind of injuries. But we're still 5-4 instead of 4-5 or 3-6. You gotta be happy about that. You gotta, don't forget the element that is stinging us in injuries. Not making an excuse for them, but don't forget it, y'all. You should actually be a little up on your team right now, the Miami Dolphins. You should be happy about it. Despite everything, we are above 500. If I would, before game 1 of the season, if I were to tell y'all we lost Tannehill, we lost Josh Sitton, Daniel Kilgore, Tunsil got banged up for a few, Juwan James got banged up for a few, Jesse Davis got banged up for a few. Kenny Stills, we lost him for a few games. Albert Wilson went on IR. Devontae Parker didn't play like 7 games, feel like. Jakeem Grant got banged up once. If I was to tell y'all about our offense before the season started, yeah, we'll. And I would have said, in 9 games, what is our record? You know what y'all would have said? 1-8. Because we better beat the Jets once. Something like that. That's what we would have said. We would have said we would have been 1-8 right now. Brock Osweiler, your quarterback. We would have said we would have been, and some people 0-9, 2-7. We're 5-4, y'all, with all of that happening. And I ain't even mentioned the defensive problems, the tackles. I ain't mentioned none of that. I ain't mentioned losing Rashad Jones a game. Forget the sit out, but losing him. I didn't mention Bobby McCain being out of game. I didn't mention a lot of these things. Mike Hall. All the linemen that we done lost. I ain't mentioned none of that. And I would have said, what would we have been? You gotta be up right now. Sorry, TD always try to find the positive in things, but sometimes you gotta look at it, because things aren't as bad as they seem. I've always adopted the wait to worry mentality, because over 90% of the things that you worry about don't even come to pass. They don't. And even if they did, it's not as bad as you thought. So guys, keep your head up, man. This is TD Fans Talk. This is the home of the real Miami Dolphins fans. I thank y'all so much. We had 1,780 subscribers. 20 more to go to get to 2,000. We got to get to that number, y'all. To get to 1,800. Let your friends and family members know about TD Fans Talk. If you know some diehard Dolphin fans, let them know about me, man. Let them know about TD Fans Talk. All right? We want to make this party bigger and bigger every single week. Every single week. This Green Bay game is going to be huge. I got to check the time. Since it's in Green Bay, it got to be starting at like 3 or 4 something. We'll see. I couldn't imagine it being a 1 o'clock game. But we'll see, man. This is going to be a huge week. I'm going to enjoy this game. It's something about it. It's something that I feel about this game, about our team, about our future. It's something that I feel. And hopefully I can get that confirmation and this feeling this weekend, y'all. Hopefully I can, man. But I'm not going to hold y'all much longer, because I know I've been doing these long videos as of late. But this is TD Fans Talk. This is Victory Monday. This is ending out the overall final for the season series of the state of our team right now. We got a W. Things look bad and things look good. But I promise you this. I would rather our defense look better than our offense at this point of the season. Facts, okay? This is TD Fans Talk. Love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that like button. Love you, love you, love you. I am out, guys. Get ready for Green Bay. I'm ready for them. It's time to get pumped and at it, y'all. Let's go. Fans up forever. TD Fans Talk. I am out. Peace.